Ho, 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 ho. Welcome to Santa Claus, Indiana. Santa's coming to town. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric, and this is the Get Me Out of Here vlog. Today I'm in Santa Claus, Indiana, a town where it's Christmas 365 days out of the year. I'm standing at the welcome sign, and here's a statue of old Saint Nick himself with his bag of toys. The town has kind of a weird history. Originally, it was founded in 1854 as the name Santa Fe. When they applied for a post office here, it was rejected because there was already a Santa Fe, Indiana established. It's a real town. It's in northern Indiana. I'll show you here on the map. There is a wasp flying around me right now, which is kind of freaking me out. So what did the townsfolk do? Well, whether it was a means of practicality or a joke, they decided to rename it Santa Claus. So in 1856, this town, sure enough, was incorporated under the name Santa Claus, Indiana. I thought today it would be fun to explore the theming here. The townspeople have embraced this Christmas theme for over a century. So there's a lot of quirky places around town with Santa Claus himself themed throughout. So follow me. I thought this would be fun, exploring the strange quirkiness of Santa Claus, Indiana. Let's go do this. Right next to the welcome sign is Lake Jolly here in Santa Cottage Resort. It's kind of a resort you can stay at here in town. Let's see what Lake Jolly looks like. There's some chairs set up all in crimson red. What a nice, beautiful little lake here in Santa Claus, Indiana. Not sure how much it is to stay in these cottages, but I'll have to look into that one of these days. I realize it's the middle of July, the time of year you want nothing to do with Christmas, but this town embraces it 365 days out of the year. So I've got to as well. Found a few more Santa Clauses hiding around town. This one is in front of Santa's Lodge. He's kind of striking a weird pose, like he's pulling a prank on someone. Or maybe he's about to break out into a rap. A very mischievous looking Santa Claus here at the Santa Lodge. He's kind of striking a weird pose, right? Yeah, high five. Kind of looks like he's about to crush me. No! All right, let's find a more jovial Santa. Here's a more classic Santa saying hello outside of Santa's Lodge. This is a good one to strike a pose with. Oh! Ho, 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 ho! Kind of going like... Gotta strike the pose. That one's way too high for me to high five. Not gonna happen. Just taking a peek in Santa's Lodge. Will you look at this? This is the main lobby. And keep in mind, this is in July, but look how decked out they are for Christmas. The elves on full display. It almost looks like they could move or sing. I don't think they do, but it almost looks like they could put on a little show. Santa's workshop. And here is Santa's sleigh. I'm assuming you can get in and pose if you want. And here's a giant Christmas tree here in the lobby. This definitely seems to be the quintessential place to stay if you ever want to visit Santa Claus, Indiana. Another reminder of what the true meaning of Christmas is. Here is baby Jesus, Santa Claus, and a lion and a lamb, symbols of Christianity. Almost left without seeing this, but check this out. It's a little Christmas village on display. Underneath another Christmas tree here in the back of the lobby. Look how big this Santa Claus is. Look at this. Looming on top of this hill is the biggest statue of Santa Claus I have ever seen. Dedicated here in 1935. What does that say? Dedicated to the children of the world in memory of an undying love. Yeah, December 25th, 1935, Christmas Day. That is one massive Santa Claus. Almost looks like some kind of godlike figure. Father Christmas. And he's overlooking the old post office and museum, just on the other side of this church. My God, this thing is massive. Look at the size of this Santa Claus statue. Old Saint Nick, Kris Kringle, goes by many names across the world. I feel like those are the only two I know. I've been saying that throughout this video. Man, that's a big statue. That is a massive statue of Santa Claus. And it's been here for, what would that be, math? Almost 100 years. 85 years, if my math is correct.
What would you like for Christmas, little boy?
All I want is a Red Ryder BB gun.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Okay, a Nerf gun's fine. Let's get out of here. Santa's scary.
Hey, come back here. I want milk and cookies.
Walking around the statue, I saw this inscripted on the side: honor thy father and thy mother, that thy cup of life may be overflowing with happiness. That's a nice statement. Here below the statue is a historic plaque. It says the iconic statue was built by Chicago entrepreneur Carl Barrett and was in fact unveiled on December 22nd, 1935, so just short of Christmas Day. They even have a picture here of that very dedication ceremony. Look at all those cool old cars. It says that the statue stands 22 feet tall and weighs 40 tons. Santa faces due east, where the Christmas child was born. I'm assuming that is Jesus Christ, who was born in Bethlehem. So yeah, that would be due east of here for the most part. And here's a picture of a young girl, Pat Koch, visiting the Santa statue with her brother Ray. From the late 1930s, they owned Santa Claus Land, which is now Holiday World. Furthermore, on the back side of the statue, it says, there is nothing so universal as the spirit of Santa Claus. He is known by many names worldwide, that is for sure. And rounding about the far side of the statue, it says here, life hath given thee nothing more sweet than the patter of feet across thy floor. The magic of Christmas, bringing happiness into the lives of children. And look at this. Is this the North Pole in Indiana? I think you can put some quarters and money in there too as a donation. All right, Santa, put me on that good list. If I can get that. There we go. Give me that drone I've always wanted. I need something to fly. Reindeer works too. At the base of the Santa Claus statue is the original Santa Claus, Indiana post office. So let's go take a look at this. Over the years, children from all over the United States have been writing to Santa, and the letters have been arriving here at the famous Santa Claus, Indiana post office. Let's see what they have inside. Maybe one of my letters are here. Well, you take a look at this. The Santa Claus, Indiana post office. Kind of looks like Santa's workshop, right? So I have to say, this is incredible, right? It's the original post office here in Santa Claus, Indiana. It's been here since 1856. Look at that. It's got Christmas trees and everything, all decked out for Christmas, and it's July. It almost feels like December now. They've got Christmas trees decorated here in the front. And look, Prancer's merry-go-round. I wonder if that is a replica from the original Santa Claus Land, which is now Holiday World. It's a big theme park here in town. Look at all of these letter boxes. Can only imagine the number of Santa letters that have been in and out of these boxes and read throughout the years by the postal clerks. You can see here in the postal boxes they have Christmas books on display, a number of them, including Santa's Kwanzaa. And here is the postal box right here. Box mail available 10 a.m. Gotta love the sign, Santa's Elves, right here above the post office front desk. Is anybody home? I got a letter. It's only 6 more months till Christmas. And there's a sign right here. This is, in fact, the original Santa Claus post office. Opened in 1856 with John Specht serving as the first postmaster for the town. It says his annual salary was only $17.85 a year. Wow. Times have changed. Gotta love inflation. Here on display is an elf, and right behind him are some old post mailboxes. I love these things. A lot of history here in the Santa Claus post office. You can see they've got empty letters set up on the desks. You can write a letter to Santa today and drop it off right here in the box. And look. Jingle bells. Those are so many letters, and those are kids that have written letters and sent here?
That actually wrote them here today.
Oh, that's just from today?
That's just from today.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, it makes sense. The elves are, in fact, busy at work. Very busy. Ooh, gotta suck it in. Dear Santa, I'm sorry for eating the milk and cookies that I left out for you last year. And I'll never assume that you want to go on a diet, so I apologize too for leaving carrot sticks. I didn't mean to fat shame you. All I want for Christmas this year is a new drone to get some epic shots for my upcoming vlogs. I promise I won't fly it on Christmas Eve because I don't want to hit any reindeer. Your friend, Eric. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Ugh. Looks good. I think that will do it. Now it's time to fold this up, or maybe I just drop it in the box. Be sure your letters have a clear address. Well, I think mine does. There you go. Hopefully Santa gets that soon. All right, elves. Keep working in there. Keep working. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll leave. Merry Christmas. Oh, wasp. Oh, wasp. Oh, gosh, there's wasps all over here. That was a close call. Well, see you later, old post office in Santa Claus, Indiana. Let's go check out the museum. And right next to the post office is the Santa Claus Museum. They've got a gift shop, history, and letters to Santa. Upon walking in, I love the sign here, life is too short not to believe in Santa Claus. Look at all of the things they have on display in this museum. A lot of history on the town, how they got their namesake, the letters sent over the years, and the magic of Christmas and Santa Claus. So let's take a look. And right here on display is the official document dated January 8th, 1856, when the town changed from Santa Fe to Santa Claus, Indiana. So talking to the museum curator, she filled me in on the official reason they called the town Santa Claus. Apparently back in 1856, the preacher at the time was traveling and he had a horse with jingle bells on it. And the story is, while they were in service, the preacher was traveling to town, the doors of the church blew open and the sound of jingle bells could be heard outside. And one of the girls in the church yelled, "Santa Claus!" And it struck a chord with the town. And ever since that day in 1856, this town has been known as Santa Claus, Indiana. So it was inspired by jingle bells that the traveling preacher had on his horse in southern Indiana. What a cool magical story that is. Right here is a photo of the original post office, the one I was just standing in and wrote a letter to Santa. That is what it looked like back in the 1850s and 1860s. And this is the other post offices throughout the years. Here's another photo of the original post office. So here it is in the mid-1800s, and it was relocated to Santa Claus Land, which is now Holiday World. It was renamed as the House of Dolls, and then later moved here on the museum campus. There is a sign here that says the original town of Santa Claus wishing well. Apparently they had a wishing well here in town. And this is stone from the 1930s Santa statue before it was restored. This old picture of Santa Claus talking to children. Some weird Pinocchio artwork in the background. Here is a collection of toys on display requested by kids over the years. A lot of these over 100 years old. Some creepy dolls on display. Look at this clown. This is quite terrifying. Look at that face. On display here is a letter from Mick Foley, 3-time WWE champion. Not sure how old he was when he wrote this. He wants a Tiger Tank model, a George Washington book, and a Red Baron model as well. Here's a photo of Pat Koch, Santa's daughter. She was the little girl in the photo by the giant Santa statue that I showed you earlier. Incredible, look at this. Here they have letters to Santa on display throughout the years. This is from 2010 and 2011, 2002, 1999, 95, 1980s, 1970s, all the way back to the 1930s. Look how elegant people wrote back in the 1930s compared to today. Times have changed. Probably kids growing up in the digital era now lost their ability at fine penmanship. Let's go through some of these. Oh, this one's rather depressing. 1930, Dear Santa Claus, as my daddy not working and I will not get nothing for Christmas, I would like very much for a Shirley Temple doll. I am 6 years old and will be 7 on April 17th. This is from the 1940s. Dear Santa Claus, will you please bring me some fireworks, some candy, nuts and fruits, a wood set, a BB gun, and a football. Don't forget the other little boys and girls. Harold Ritchie, December 7th, 1949. This letter from the 1950s. Dear Santa, please bring my brother an airplane for Christmas. I want a tiny Tears doll, Santa. Do not forget the poor children. Santa love, Rebby Russell. Oh, that's nice. It's very nice. Oh wow, look at this one from the 1950s. He actually cut his letter out and made it into Santa himself, the embodiment of Santa. It says, Dear Santa, I would like to be an elf because I work really hard and can paint and color really good. I am new and I can sew and knit scarves real good, and I can read good. I can draw things, and I would help each the things and write down the names on the list. I would wrap presents for you. I would get the reindeer in order for you. Gosh, this kid is awesome. I would get the candy all ready for you too. Love, Elena. Here's a letter from Columbiana. Here's a letter from Columbiana, Alabama, October 1960. Dear Santa Claus, I have been a very good big girl this year. I haven't hit my 2 brothers over 1,350 times. Oh my gosh. Santa Claus, I want a 1961 Cadillac, and Mother said I could have the Lone Ranger's house, silver and Tonto if possible. We won't have a fire in the fireplace because I'm afraid you might get burnt coming down it. Well, that's thoughtful, even though she hit her brothers, I'm assuming 1,349 times. Mother said she would leave you some beer and a jar of rattlesnakes for your deer. Oh man. P.S. Hope you make it. Not really. You, but the Cadillac, and especially Tonto. I just thought I would get my order in early. Okay, well that's kind of a weird letter. Just amazing, all of these letters on display, collected here throughout the decades. 1980s letters, let's read some of these. Dear Santa, I'm 7 years old, I'm in grade 2. I wish I had a Knight Rider car that talks and a stuffed Smurf with a football in his arms. I would also like an E.T. doll. My name is Robin Lee Dean. I live at someplace. They covered that up, but that's all right. Sincerely, Robin Lee Dean. P.S. I like you, Santa Claus. I'm sure he got that E.T. doll all because of that. A little extra. Here's another letter from 1994 that's kind of sad. Can you please get my mama and dad together again, please? And I like a book, and I would like a happy Christmas Eve. Love you. Love, Jacqueline. Aw. Santa, 1995. How do you get inside the house if your door is locked and there are no chimneys? He's a magical man. Dear Santa, December 7th, 1995. How is your wife? Do you have Rudolph? I didn't know you were real, but now I do. Are you doing a lot of work? I am. My mother, dad, and sister and I are going to Portugal on Christmas, and I don't know if there is a Santa Claus there. Is Rudolph fine? I don't have any pets. Yours truly, Melissa. Just incredible seeing all of these Santa letters throughout the years. Oh, this letter from 1997?
Yeah,
this one here.
That one right there, yes.
All right, let's take a look at this one. If I can clear my camera up. There we go. So this letter from 1997. Dear Santa, I have been trying to be a responsible person. I hope I would get what I always wanted. The thing I want most is a dog. Dog. I know I haven't been taking care of my Giga dog, but it is not real, and a dog would be. Santa, I would even trade my one and only mom for a dog. I know that a dog would be a big responsibility, but I have been bugging my dad since I was 3, and I'm tired of it. That's awesome. That's saying something. Would even trade your own mom for a dog. So this kid is bartering with Santa to trade his mom in for a dog. I wonder if Santa took him up on that. They also have a gift shop full of Santa Claus themed shirts and hoodies. And take a look at this one. Believe Santa Claus for President. I could get behind that. I could totally get behind Santa Claus for President. In fact, let me hang this up here. He's got campaign promises as well. 1, always be jolly. 2, monitor naughty or nice. 3, elf job security. I think that's a very important one to keep in mind. 4, special treats for reindeer. 5, keep the Christmas spirit all year. And 6, will answer all letters. Santa Claus for President 2024. Believe. They have Santa Claus Land history on display as well at the museum. Today it's known as Holiday World, but it was originally started in 1946 as Santa Claus Land, and it was the first theme park in the United States, 9 years before Disneyland was conceived. Here's a stuffed animal version of Holodog, the main mascot of Holiday World. Oh, this is really cool. And here's an early park map of Santa Claus Land. That is what the theme park looked like back in the day. And here on display, I just learned that this mural that you see here is the original mural that was on display at Santa Claus Land, the theme park in town. I also learned that Santa Jim was the father of Jan Cook. I've been pronouncing it Coke, but it's actually Cook. The K-O-C-H is pronounced Cook. They are the founders of Santa Claus Land, and her dad was the very man that played Santa Claus. And this is the very same mural that he sat at dressed up as Kris Kringle in Santa Claus Land. I also learned that Santa Claus was played by Jim Yelig, who is arguably the most famous person to ever portray Santa Claus in the world. He even marched in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade as Santa Claus. Apparently there was a resident of Santa Claus that mailed $1 bills to celebrities requesting for autographs, and these are all the celebrities that responded back with autographed dollar bills. Danny DeVito was one, Judd Hirsch from Taxi, Johnny Carson, and even John Ritter. Also Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Here also on display is a timeline of all the major events that has happened in Santa Claus, Indiana. Next stop, the Candy Castle. That's where I'm heading next. Opened in 1935. I thought I'd also take a quick peek in this old church next to the museum. The plaque reads St. Paul's Santa Claus Church, built in 1880 on the National Register of Historic Places. Still Christian, but it is in the town of Santa Claus. Oh yeah, and it's got that musty smell of an old building. And there is the true meaning of Christmas, Jesus Christ, there on display in the back of the church. Wow, look at this. I feel like I stepped back in time. Wasp flying up ahead. This is the old Santa Claus, Indiana church. Christmas tree on display. Look at these old stained glass windows. Well, have you heard the word that Santa Claus is coming to town? Definitely smells like an old musty church. Very cool though, very pretty. Gotta love this old stovepipe here in the church as well. Back before heating, it would probably be very toasty sitting in these pews, especially this one. I don't know if you'd want to sit in this pew. Literally, your legs would be in the boiler of this old stovetop pipe. Santa Claus is coming to town. He'll see you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Ah. It's kind of a creepy little opposite storage thing. All right. Watched too much of The Sixth Sense. All right, paid our respects, and now it's time to move on. Let's see what else is in Santa Claus, Indiana. Well, I know Santa lives in the North Pole, but did you know that he's got a castle here in Santa Claus, Indiana? This is one of the oldest themed attractions in the United States. It was the first themed attraction that opened here in Santa Claus, Indiana. It is Santa Claus's Candy Castle, opened in 1935. Let's go check out what's supposed to be one of the best candy stores in the world. Even the Grinch has a sweet tooth. Well, here's the front door. Let's check this out. America's first themed attraction, so they coined it. Wow, look at all that candy. And first thing I see walking in is lots and lots of Pez. They even have a Marilyn Monroe Pez dispenser. Ew, Cardinals. Ugh. Yeah, they were talking Cubs. Let's just cover these up. There we go. They even have Stranger Things Pez. Look at this. Look at all of this candy. Lots and lots of candy everywhere. I think I'm in heaven. Wow. You've even got Christmas ornaments on display. Probably very common here in Santa Claus, Indiana. Look at this. Look at all of this candy. They even, like, these, I didn't even know what these were called. The Fruities are those, like, fruity Tootsie Roll Pops. They've got more flavors of this than I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, it's always Christmas time here in Santa Claus. All these wonderful stocking stuffers. Take your pick. And here's some Christmas books on display. And shirts as well. Of Santa's Candy Castle. They even have Dr. Pepper cotton candy. Rainbow sherbet cotton candy that looks like My Little Ponies from the 80s themed. Also a huge variety of flavors of Airheads. I used to eat these all the time in the 90s as a kid. Might have to buy some of these. I'm just worried they're going to melt in my car because it's like 95 degrees out. And look at all of this freshly made fudge that they package here. Look at this. They even have popcorn that they make here as well. Look at all these different popcorn flavors. Fire. There's a danger sign next to the fire. I don't know if I want to try that one. Bacon cheddar, birthday cake, blue raspberry. You name it, they've got it. It's official. Santa's Candy Castle, established in 1935. Look at this. This must be the grand room of the castle. Candy stacked as far as the eye can see. Look at this. And there's the fireplace, so Santa Claus can get in and out. Right up the chimney. No way. This is one of my favorite candies in the world. This Clay's old-fashioned hard candies, I swear. If you guys ever come across this, you have to try it. I used to eat these all the time. I'm going to pick some up today. Green apple is a good one. Wild cherry and lemon drop. These are my 3 favorite flavors. Let's see what's in this back room. There's all these rooms full of different candy. So here you've got Jelly Bellies, Harry Potter chocolate wands. So this must be the Jelly Belly room. They even have a fireplace in here as well. Stockings hung, all ready to go. Look at these ceilings. Gotta love that angled wood trim. They also have a Bob Ross gummy kit for some reason, so if you want to take that home, you can eat some pretty little clouds. Huge variety of blow pops. I don't think I've even heard of some of these flavors, like black cherry. And if you got a hankering for some bugs, you can get some ants, crickets, and a genuine worm sucker. They've also got Indiana's best gummy bears, and I would argue best gummy bears in the world, Albany's. I did a vlog at the Albany's Gummy Bear Factory a while back. Check it out. I definitely feel like I'm in Candyland. Look at this. This is just unbelievable. One of the best candy stores I've ever seen. Got to come to Santa Claus, Indiana to taste it yourself. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Thank you. Woohoo! Santa Claus, Indiana. I got my sugar fix today. Enough to drive all the way back to Chicago. I probably won't even have to stop at a gas station. Yeah? What part?
Schaumburg for me.
Another Santa spotting. This one is a replica of that giant Santa Claus statue earlier at the museum. And they painted it. It's So it looks like it's almost come to life. They've got the same things engraved around all four corners of this Santa as well. And it's standing outside the town hall of Santa Claus, Indiana. And look at these bright red benches that state Santa Claus around the statue. And right next door is Lake Rudolph, one of Santa's many reindeer. Looks like it's a campground resort. I'm not going to bother checking in, but here it is. If you want to check it out yourself, come on down to Santa Claus. Displayed prominently outside the Santa Claus Fire Department is a fire-themed Santa. That is awesome. Santa, action-packed, ready to go outside the fire department. And right here on the bike trail that goes through town, they have these candy cane-themed bollards dividing the lanes. These are literally located throughout the town of Santa Claus. And here they've even got some signage with Kris Kringle on it, marking some of the landmarks here in town. But saw this and really had to point it out. I love this theming, and I love to bike. Look how great these bike trails are. Freshly paved. Seems like Santa Claus is a popular place to bike. Yes, and I literally walked a quarter of a mile to show you a bollard. That's how much I care about you as a viewer. I go the extra mile. There was nowhere to park anywhere along that stretch of highway. So I parked in a parking lot and walked about a quarter of a mile away to shoot that bollard. All for you. That's how much I care. I go above and beyond for the littlest of details. Oh my God, it is hot out. I need some more hydration. And here, sitting behind a local restaurant in an old abandoned miniature golf course, is a dripping snowman. This melting snowman is dissolving into a disgusting pool of what looks like toxic waste, or maybe the remnants of yellow snow. I do not know what that is, but there is, he's kind of a famous sight, I guess, here in Santa Claus, Indiana, this melting snowman and the decayed remnants of a miniature golf course. I have no idea how long this course has been abandoned, but the snowman remains. He's taking a long time to melt. Sorry, Frosty. I'm not going to help you out here. You are on your own, sir. There's no way in hell I am trudging in that waste to help you. You're on your own, buddy. Best wishes. Another Santa sighting outside S-Mart, gas station just outside of Holiday World. And I had to point out across the street, you've got Old Time Liquors with Santa on the sign. I guess that's for when Santa gets tired of all the toys and children. Look at this gas station. Shop smart. Shop S-Mart. Oh, that's an Evil Dead reference. Santa Claus isn't the only prominent figure from Santa Claus, Indiana. Check this out. Jay Cutler from the Chicago Bears is from Santa Claus, Indiana. They actually have a baseball diamond named for him, Jay Cutler Field. What about that? Oh, that's crazy. Well, they have this awesome looking Santa Claus Christmas store. You can see Santa himself climbing up the chimney. But unfortunately, I spent too much time chasing after Santa Claus statues and learning about the history of this town that I missed the store hours. They closed at 5 o'clock. I can't get in. So we'll have to pass on this time around. But hopefully I'll be back one of these days. Love to check this place out. They look into the windows, have a lot of really cool looking displays inside. I was hoping to get some Christmas ornaments, but we'll have to wait. The Santa Claus Christmas store. There's jolly old Saint Nick right there, ready to greet you at the door. Yeah, July hours, 9 to 5. Even the grocery stores in town have a holiday theme to them. I gotta say, look at all of this firewood on display. Must be a lot of chimneys in town. Check out the Coca-Cola pop machine. Arguably, Coca-Cola is the company behind the modern-day Santa Claus, the image as we know him. And they've got that prominently on display outside the grocery store. I don't know what it is, but I'm starting to get cravings. I think maybe I've spent a little too much time in this town. Well, thanks for tagging along here in Santa Claus, Indiana. A lot of sights to see. They really embrace the Christmas season. You know what? I think the more time I've spent in this town, the more I am too. I just haven't grown the beard yet. Well, I'm standing outside the current post office, so if you want to write your letter to Santa, odds are it'll end up right here. Thanks for watching again. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. It's time for me to get out of here. People are staring at me weird. It must be my milk mustache. Or the fact that I'm standing filming myself eating milk and cookies at their post office. That's probably more likely it, but yeah. Thanks for watching.
What would you like for Christmas? Children? People are giving me looks.
Unbelievable. Jay Cutler, who would have thought? What a legend.